you for joining us today at Homestead for Life. Today we are going to can venison. We are going to cold pack our venison today. It has already been cut up in roughly 1-inch cubes. So our steps are to pack our jars 1 inch from the top, add salt if you like, just a little bit, and then clean our rims, add our lids, add the rings, throw it in the pressure cooker for 75 minutes. Right, now that we've got our jars filled, we're going to stab it with a spatula and make sure we've got 1 inch of head space. We should have a little bit more than that. Now normally you would make sure you've got all the air bubbles out, but because we're not trying to fit any more in here, this was all I had in that package. We just want to make sure that we have at least 1 inch headspace before we close up our jars, and we do. So then the next steps are to clean our rims with distilled white vinegar. Make sure we don't have any blood or crumbs or anything on there. Then we'll get our lids. Tighten our rings. Also worth noting is I pulled off as much of the fat as I could before cutting all this up. Fat is going to make your meals go rancid a lot faster, and a lot of times it will boil up out of the jars and come out of the lids while it's canning. It'll come out of the lids. So then you've got debris between the lid and the jar, and it's not going to hold that seal for very long. It's going to go back. So the least amount of fat as possible to make sure that seal stays good and your food doesn't go bad. All right, so we're going to load our canner. This was a cold pack job, so we are going to add our vinegar to reduce the cloudiness of the jars and add at least 8 cups of water. I did kind of a heaping 8 cups. I don't know how much actually fits in here once you get past that 8 cup mark, but at least 8 cups. We're going to close it, seal the lid, and leave it on exhaust initially. And to set our timer, we're going to go high. We're going to add our time to 75 minutes. If you're doing it in quarts, these are pints. If you're doing it in quarts, it's going to be 90 minutes, right? We just need 75. And start. Once it counts down to somewhere between 0 and E3 from E10, we are going to switch it from exhaust to airtight, and then our timer will start going for our actual pressure canning period. All right, see you then. Our canner is down to E3, so we are going to flip the weight over to airtight. And then once it builds up that pressure and finalizes at the right spot, it's going to start our timer. So see you in just over 75 minutes. Our timer just went off, so we are going to unplug our canner and let it sit for an hour before we take our jars out. It's been an hour, so let's check our venison. It is still a bubbling. Oh, did you hear it pop? I think that was this one that popped. All right. Let's see. gotta process or finish processing. This one popped. It's hard to tell with the water on top. And that one's done. Alright. So this one popped while we were opening the canner, and we've just got one more. And they are still cooking in there, so it'll probably be done and the seal will probably be popped by the time I get up tomorrow. Thanks for watching.